Alright, hello everyone. Today's class we will look at the distance between 2 points. Now when you have 2 points, for instance point A and then point B, the shortest distance between these 2 points will be a straight line from A to point B. So in this lesson we'll be looking at how to calculate the distance between point A and point B, given that point A has coordinate x1, y1 and point B has coordinate x2 and then y2. Alright, so we start by representing this on a plane. We present it on a plane. Now let's take a look at the graph. Is alongside his y-axis, and then we have the x-axis. So if there are 2 points here, let's say this is point A, which has the coordinate x1, y1. So this is the point x1. This is point x1, and then we have another point here. Let's say this is point B, which has a coordinate x2, y2. So this is point x2, then this is point y1 along the y-axis, then this will be point y2. This is point y2. So the shortest distance from A to B will be a straight line from A to B. So if you are representing this on your graph book, you will realize the lines are continuous up to this point. Yes. So we'll be looking at this forming a right angle triangle. You will discover that the distance from x1 to x2 will be just the way you have 2 points. Let's say this is kilometer 5 and this is kilometer 8. So the distance from kilometer 5 to kilometer 8 is 3, and you achieve that from doing 8 minus 5 to get 3. So 8 minus 5, which is equal to 3. So the same thing here, to find the distance from x1 to x2, it will be x2 minus x1. So this represents this distance. Then from distance from this point which is point y1 here to y2 will be y2 minus y1. Alright, so let us extract this triangle, the right angle triangle here. We have a right angle triangle. We extract the right angle triangle. This is point A. This is point B. Okay, so let's say this is point y2 minus y1, and then this is our x2 minus x1. So the distance we're looking for is from A to B. So let's name it D. So if I'm naming this D, to find the distance D, which is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle, we will apply Pythagoras theorem. So apply Pythagoras theorem. So you say, using Pythagoras theorem, which states that c square equal to a square plus b square. Here our c will stand for the hypotenuse, but this our c will be our d because this is the hypotenuse. So you define it as d square, which is equal to a, which is any of the given side, be it opposite. Let's use x2 minus x1 all squared plus then y2 minus y1 all squared. So here we are looking for d, not d squared. So for us to get d, you take the square root of both sides. So your d will now be equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. So this is the distance between 2 points. So you can say that the distance between 2 points, distance between 2 points is given by d is given by root x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. So this expression is used for finding the distance between 2 points. Alright, that's it for the distance. Thank you very much.